I've helped multiple content creators scale their own offers and help make them a lot more money from their content. So in this video, I'm going to be distilling that knowledge and turning it into a quick 30-day roadmap that you can follow step by step to start making more money from your content. Now, this video is going to be simple and focus on the fundamentals that you can work on straight away. It's not going to be fluff. It's not going to be all over the place. And it's not going to talk about this new AI thing that's going to revolutionize your content. No, it's going to go back to fundamentals on exactly what you can be doing. So to focus on the problems: scattered monetization, unpredictable income, and selling attention, not transformation. These are three things that are huge problems at the moment that you should be aware of. The first is obviously going to be the monetization, where it's scattered all over the place with 5 to 10 different sources. Then this leads to unpredictable income that you can't forecast, you can't plan, and that means you can't scale because you don't have a predictable cash flow coming in every single month. Then you also focus on attention, not transformation. If you focus purely on getting attention, it's going to be very hard for you to monetize as you don't have a dedicated audience that you need to sell first. First, you need to focus on the transformation to build up a foundational audience that you can sell, and then use attention to your benefit rather than to your detriment. So the 30-day roadmap starts with the foundation, then step 2, acquire buyers, and then step 3, the ascend and scale. Now this goes over 30 days. It's pretty simple and it's set out so you can easily follow it. Now, the first 3 types of content that you really need to be focusing on is educational, storytelling, and entertaining. Entertaining is for when you're at the ascend and scale part, the end of the 30 days, when you can focus on getting a bit more attention, getting a bit more views into your ecosystem that you can sell on. Yet the main ones that you should be focusing on first is educational and storytelling. These two are key in making any audience available to be sold to, and also positioning you as an authority. The only way that you're going to be able to sell as much as you should be is from positioning yourself as an authority and positioning yourself as someone in a niche where you can provide value. Now, foundation is going to be so key here. So phase 1 is starting with a low ticket offer. That is going to be your foundation. That's where you're going to push most of your audience to. Now, this isn't going to be a cheap or low quality offer. This is going to be a premium low ticket offer. Now, the price range can be around 27 to 97. The price really doesn't matter here. When I say cheap, I mean the feel. So if you can make this more premium feeling, tailored to your audience, it's going to allow them to feel that they're spending their money on something worthwhile. They're not spending their money on something that really doesn't give them any benefit in return, because a lot of other creators at the moment in the space in general, they're putting out these offers that aren't tailored to their audience. They see one of their competitors doing it and they just copy it. They see a creator launching this offer and then they just copy it. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is be able to craft a high quality, low ticket offer is going to be focusing on what is your audience telling you? What do they comment? What do they engage on the most? What's your most engaged pieces of content? And then what do they DM you? What questions are they asking you on a day-to-day basis? What are they asking for help with? That is what you're going to craft your low ticket offer around. You're not going to copy someone else in your niche. You're not going to copy someone else just in general as a content creator. You want to build something that your own audience that you've built from your content is going to find value from. Then you can now focus on first getting just at least 100 buys. If you're going from scratch, focus on 100 buys. If not, this is a different story. If you're an established creator, just focus on crafting a better low ticket offer if you don't have one already. Then if you're just starting out, just aim to get 100 buys, because the biggest issue a lot of creators face is imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome really hurts a lot of content creators, where instead of focusing on how can they provide more value, they're nervous, they're insecure about providing more value because they don't feel that they are the person that is an authority. So by getting a first couple 100 buyers, it's going to show you that, hey, what I'm providing actually is valuable and people are paying for it. Now, what could this low ticket offer be? Could be a mini course, template pack, workshop recording. Doesn't really matter as long as your face is in it, as long as you can get some communication to your audience. So for example, if you're a filmmaker, you're selling presets, color grading, or LUT packs, something like that, put them into a course. Don't just sell just them, because you don't have any communication with the lead and the buyer. Have like at least a little mini course where they can watch more of your content, they can see your face, they can see you talking, and they can immediately frame themselves to see you as an authority. By doing that, it's going to be much easier to sell them onto a high ticket later on. Now, the tech stack for this is pretty simple. Framer, I like Framer for the landing page, and then for Stripe, you can use for payment processing, pretty simple. If you decide to go with WAP, I know they have their own payment processors. And for delivery, yeah, it's pretty simple. WAP, School, Discord, I would say those are the main 3 ones. You can use a couple others, but the basic idea is you just want to get this out and get this out in a premium feel. These platforms, or at least School and WOP, do allow it for you to be creating premium products quite easily compared to that of, say, Gumroad or a Lemon Squeezy or one of those other digital product platforms where, in my opinion, they do look a little bit cheap. So your best bet, instead of relying on Shopify, Gumroad, etc., just focus on a WOP or a School. They're very simple. Then your goal from here should be getting a pool of buyers. So say you're starting out, you get 100 buyers, say you're already an established creator who is already selling something low ticket, then you would just reform your current low ticket to fit the criteria of being around that price range, making sure it's super, super valuable, making sure that's got a premium feel to it and it's built properly. Then you can focus on getting those pool of buyers, those pool of low ticket buyers, and trying to convert at least 5 of them into a high ticket offer. Now, for most creators, it's going to be some kind of done with you, which is going to be coaching, one-on-one or group. Now, coaching is going to be the best bet as it's easy for you to do at the start. It's quite simple and you can easily help a lot of people. And then compared to like a done for you, which is going to be more for those B2B creators who are business to business. But for you, it's most likely going to be a high ticket is going to be coaching. Now, the price range can also differ. I'll just aim for say $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000 per client. That is going to be your best bet. Help them within a group setting, help them with one-on-one. Aim to at least get 5 clients at the start. That's going to help you a lot. And again, build more confidence. The whole thing is this builds more confidence for yourself, be able to sell more, but this also builds a lot more trust in the lead. The more trust that they can put in you as a creator, the more likely they are to buy in the long run. So then from here, you can also nurture them. So that's the goal. You get them into the coaching, and to actually get them in to the high ticket coaching, you need to be able to convert them via nurturing them and building more trust between you, the creator, and the person, the lead. So you can do this through emails. Pretty simple. Have maybe 5 to 7 emails that you send them in an automated sequence that just shifts their perspective, shows why their current approach is failing, talk about your system and how you can help and the results that you can get them, add in case studies and testimonials of people you've worked with in the past, and talk, if you don't have any case studies or testimonials for yourself to able to upsell people into a high ticket coaching, talk about your own story, where you got to, how you got there. That is going to be the best testimonial, as that's you, the creator, and you can really relate to all these leads who are maybe at a beginner level, and you can help them get to where you were or where you are now. Then make sure when you apply and when you get them to apply, always make sure it's behind some kind of formal application, because that way you're still positioned as the authority. If you just push them to hop on a quick call with you, this is to upsell them into the high ticket coaching, then you're not positioned as the authority. You're still positioned as someone who's asking them to hop on the call. Please hop on a call with me so I can close on you and so I can close. However, if you position it as you're applying to work with me, you frame yourself as being the authority, and thus you have better framing when you hop on that sales call and you say, why do you want to work with me? Rather than, hey, can you please work with me? That way, that framing is still going to be in the right position that you want it to be through the entire process. Now, for the filters that you can use for the application, you've got investment, ideal fit, commitment. You can talk about their goals. All those kind of things are going to help filter between a dequalified and a qualified lead. And that way you're only hopping on calls with people who are qualified prospects. Then to automate and systemize this system is going to be focusing on 3 things: ManyChat, Notion, and an email service. ManyChat, pretty simple to track and connect with leads. Notion or Google Sheets, both pretty simple for CRM and just managing leads, all the leads that are going to come into your business, whether they be the low ticket, qualified prospects, high ticket people, whatever it may be, you can track them in something like Google Sheets or Notion. Email service just to send those emails I mentioned before. That is going to be a Beehive. I think Beehive is probably the best platform at the moment for sending emails. Multiple others out there, you can pick what you want, but Beehive, in my opinion, is going to be the best one. And then it's just a simple workflow. So someone buys a low ticket, ManyChat captures their info, it's added to Notion, the email sequence begins, they get an application invite, they complete the application, it's stored in Notion so you can see it, or in Google Sheets, and then you can review it, plus schedule more calls and hop on the calls with them and just track where you are in that process. This is all pretty simple stuff, but I just want to give you the foundations that you can go off and run with, basically, because I feel like a lot of creators, they don't understand this simple process of literally starting at something low ticket, starting and building up a low ticket offer, getting some buys in there, nurturing them, building more trust by making it valuable, by having some form of communication via like a course or just being able to speak to them, and then being upsell those people into high ticket. And that way, it's a simple flywheel effect of people come, watch your content, then they see the low ticket offer, they buy the low ticket offer, they start to trust you more, they see more of your content, they see your emails, and then they're like, hey, some of them will look at your content and be like, hey, I want some more help. I want a faster result. I want a better result. I want someone to support me in this. I'm buying from a personal brand, so I want to work with that creator. Then they're going to buy into your high ticket. And now you've got a flywheel effect. In just 30 days, you've got a flywheel effect of, say, 100 people buying. It delivers results. You get testimonials from them. You can nurture that pool of people. You've got more social proof. Then you can close 20, 30% of them, 4 to 5 clients, cap out at maybe 8 to 10 clients, because if over coaching, you can only take on so many people. And now you're getting predictable results. You're getting predictable results, and you're leading to a profitable month every single month, and it's generating you predictable revenue. That's the main goal of any of these kind of creative businesses. Is now you've gone from someone who's scattered all over the place with monetization, unpredictable revenue, only focusing on attention, to now you're focusing on generating authority, building up a lot of value within your audience, and then generating revenue quite predictably. Now, in the 30-day timeline, from 1 to 10, it's just building the foundation. From day 10 to 20, it's focused on acquiring buyers, acquiring people into your low ticket. Then you can aim to nurture them. Day 20 to 30, nurture them, push them to the email sequence, build more trust, create more content that positions you as an authority, get in the applications, close, hop on sales calls, and then that way, that is your system. That is what you can rely on to generate you money every single month. Now, the key principle within this whole funnel is going to be you being the authority. If you're the authority, you're going to have a really good time being able to sell these clients. You are going to be able to sell them because they're going to be begging to work with you, not the other way around. So make sure that you are the selector, not the seller, and that you're not the one chasing clients, they're the ones chasing you. And that way you can control the narrative throughout the whole entire funnel. So this has been just a quick video trying to give you the fundamentals that you can rely on when creating any kind of content and building a business from it. Make sure that you switch from being a content creator to a content creator that has the mind of a business owner. That way you're going to be able to make a lot more money. Now, there's going to be multiple other videos that you can watch on my page that go into more depth into this funnel and into the funnels of other creators who are quite successful. So go give those a watch, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.